Okay, welcome guys. So, you're welcome to this other training. Today we're going to talk about how to secure. That's the best practice on WordPress. The first thing that is very important on your um, for you to secure your WordPress is your WordPress password. Very important. So you should use a very strong password, combination of numbers, alphabets, signs, all together, and then make sure that the password strength indicator, make sure at least you hit 90 to 100% while creating your password. And one beautiful thing is if your password is not strong enough, WordPress will not even allow you to create that particular account. So that's a plus. Then, other than the password, another thing you want to take note of are these three important things. Okay, before we get there, yeah, before we get there, let's discuss this other one. So another thing you want to take note of is your plugin. So let's go there. We are currently on the dashboard, so we want to proceed to the plugin. Just gonna move this a little. So go straight to the plugin, and then we click on installed plugins. So just come right there. Yep, you go straight to the plugin, then you click on install plugin. Now check that if you check here, you discover that there are lots of plugins here that are not currently activated. You can see this is not activated, 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 and this is not activated, this is not also activated. So that is not a good practice of WordPress. Now, if there is any plugins you are not using, you shouldn't install it. Any plugin you know you are not activating immediately to use, don't install it. The plugin is always on the repository. You can always go there to get it whenever you need it. So if you don't need to use the plugin at that moment, don't install it. You are not trying to keep it. It's saved on the repository. You can always go there to install whenever you need it. So that's another thing you need to take note of. Plugins you're not using, don't install. And for those ones that you have installed and that you have activated, make sure that, so if you have on your plugin list now, install plugins, and you go there and then you see plugins you're not using, you're just keeping it for future, please kindly go there and delete every one of them out. Just kindly go there and delete them out. So like here, what I'm going to do now is I'm not using this, you can see it's not activated, so I'm just going to click delete, and then I'm going to clear that out. And the same thing with this. So we're going to talk about each and every one of them. This is a demonstration, so you understand what I mean. So the same thing with this. So we're going to clear that out too. Doing the same to this too. We're going to clear that out. We're also going to clear this out. We don't need that. So anyone that is currently not active, we're taking it out. This too, taking that out. And then these two, we're taking this out. So yep. So another thing you want to also take note of, for those ones that are installed, just like we have now, we have only activated plugins. For those that are activated, you always want to make sure that your plugins are updated. Now, when you leave your plugins unupdated to the latest version, now you are vulnerable to attack. Yes, that's, your site is vulnerable to being hacked. So you want to make sure that all your plugins are up to date. Like this, you can see it's not require an update, so I'm just going to click update, and then make sure that it is updated. So just give it time, watch this till it shows you updated. It's taking quite some time, but let's just hold on. It's going to get updated. so we just have to wait. And please note, our videos are not edited. We show you every process, and then we show you every experience or truth, so you see it for how it is being done. So you can see now updated. So we'll come to this other plugins to needs to be updated. And then we click on updates and then waiting for it to get updated. It shouldn't take much time as the first one. Okay, yep, it has been updated. So another thing you want to take note of, if you don't want to always come back to always make sure, okay, let me click the updated version, you can turn on the auto update. So you can just enable it here. So just click it and wait for it to say enabling, then you soon get a notification that it has been enabled. You can see enabled. So if you want to deactivate it, disable it, just click on it to disable. See, let me just show you that. So if you click disable, you discover that after a while it will be disabled, asking you to enable it again. So we are going to enable this for all our plugins, so we don't have to always come back to update the plugins. So we're going to enable that for all the plugins. We've done this. As for all the plugins you have to enable it, except you are using premium plugins that will not allow you to auto enabled. Yeah, if you got your plugin from WordPress, IT, some of the plugins, you will not be able to auto enable them. That's if they are pro plugins. You can only go back to WordPress IT, download the next version, and then upload it in. Yeah, there's a video on WordPress IT. I dropped a video on WordPress IT that I was talking about. The title of that video is affordable plugins and themes. You have to get affordable plugins and themes. So watch it to understand what I mean by that. So WordPress IT provide affordable plugins and themes, but you cannot turn on auto updates for the plugins. You would always have to go to WordPress IT, download them, then bring them in. So plugins, this is all for your plugins. Make sure you don't install a plugin you don't want to use. Make sure you keep the plugins up to date, and make sure you turn on your auto updates. So, and please, even after turning on this, always log in once in a while to check what's going on. Is there an error? Was it not able to, did the auto update triggered any error? So you have to take note of all of that. So another thing you want to make sure that there's no issue on is your themes. So you have to hover on your appearance, come to your themes, click on your themes. So for the themes too, there are security best practice attached to that. So the same thing with the plugins. You want to make sure that you don't have too much themes. Even if you want to have an extra theme, just one. And the reason why you're having that one extra theme is should in case this present theme fails, so you have something you can fall back to immediately. Now, other than that, you shouldn't have more than one. The only reason why we're having one is for a backup theme. So in case this fails, so we can just really fall back to this while we're trying to resolve whatever is the issue with whatever we're using as our main theme. And you can see here, this is the main theme, the active theme. All of these are just extras. So other than that too, you shouldn't have any other. So we're going to delete this. So you see what I did? Click on the theme, click on delete, select OK, and that will be deleted. Yep, so it has been deleted. Another thing again, you have to also turn on auto updates. Always make sure you check for update for your teams. You can see they are both up to date. So we want to turn on auto update for the both of them. Let's see if it's already turned on. So you click on the team, and then you see enable auto update. So make sure you enable that. So repeat the same for the active team, enable auto update. Yep. So another thing you also want to take note of is the WordPress core software. The WordPress core software is very, very important. So let me show you where you can see a little information about that. If you hover on the dashboard, you will see the update option. You select that. Select that. So once you select the update option, you redirected to the screen where you see information about the update. Now this is the core WordPress software I'm talking about. You can see it's already up to date, but I'm going to also show you where to see more information about this. Now you will see this is where you see everything that needs to update on your site: the core WordPress software, the plugins, and the themes. Now those are the three main things that needs updates, because your WordPress site is centered around these three important things: the software, the WordPress software itself, the plugins you are using, and the themes you are using. So all of that should always be up to date. You shouldn't be using any outdated whether WordPress software, plugins, or themes. So another place where you can also confirm this core WordPress software is to go to your cPanel. Now once you get to your cPanel, on one of my previous video, when I was the first video actually that talks about the installation of WordPress, I explained how to get to this place. So you can go to that video and check it out. The video that talks about installation of WordPress. So you can go there and check it out if you don't understand how I got here. So you want to check information about the core software. So when you get to this place, you click on this arrow pointing down here, and then you'll see here this version that's talking about the WordPress version. So you want to make sure that it's always up to date to the current version. So whether you do the updating here, you can see it's already up to date. You don't need to update anything. Whether you do the updating here or you do the updating here, it is still the same thing you're doing. It is still the same thing you're doing, whether you're doing the updating here or you're doing it on the WordPress dashboard. I just wanted to show you so you can see auto upgrade WordPress core. So that's the main software that handles the WordPress. So that brings us to the end of the basic security measures you need to take as a WordPress developer, or as someone who owns a WordPress website. So you need to be able to take note of this if you don't want to be hacked. And please, if you have more than one users on your WordPress website, you can actually have more than one user. So if you hover on this users, you come here and you select all users, you will see all the number. Well, presently we just have only one user for this WordPress, so you can see we have only one user there. So you would see the number of users. So if you're creating another user, you should make sure that you're using a strong password. That is very important. Strong password. Make sure you don't leave when you are installing the WordPress. I explained this on the video where I was talking about where I actually installed WordPress and taught how to install WordPress. So when you're installing a WordPress, you're going to see the default username. Change it. Don't leave it on that admin, because a lot of people use that admin to troubleshoot hacking process. So change it from anything admin. Change it from anything admin. Make sure you don't have that word, only that word admin there. You can add other things to it, make it look different, but make sure you don't have the default username there. It can also be very dangerous. So thank you so much. Please like, share, and turn on the notification bell, because we're going to be dropping a lot of short videos or short tutorials that will help you build your website on your own. And if you have any question, if there is anything you want us to do a tutorial on, please, you can always drop it on the comment section, and then we will create a video on that and make available to everyone, and you also. So thank you so much, and God bless you. Bye bye.